Have you ever wondered what would happen if the ancient gods of mythology were discovered to be real and living among us? Many different cultures around the globe have their own creation stories, but perhaps the most famous origin stories come from Greek mythology, where the world was created when our universe split off from the primordial chaos after the egg of chaos cracked open. What if these weren't just fun bedtime stories, but actual historical events? What if all the gods and monsters of mythology were real? Well, for starters, life would probably be a lot more complicated than it already is. Imagine walking outside and seeing a god sitting on a park bench. I mean, technically they are human, right? The Greek gods are described as beautiful, strong, and immortal humans, which means that if they really existed, we would need to make a distinction between them and regular humans. Maybe we could call them demigods or semi-gods instead of full-fledged gods. And if this is true, then it also means that their capabilities will likely be far greater than ours. After all, even though they look like us, they still possess incredible powers like super strength, shape-shifting, and controlling the elements. This could lead to some serious problems if we ever encountered one of them in public. Dealing with monsters would also be a major challenge. While the gods might pass off as normal humans, there's no way someone like Medusa with hair made out of deadly snakes would blend in seamlessly with society. Despite being called monsters, some of them aren't necessarily evil. Take the Minotaur, for example. Yes, he has the head of a bull, but according to the myth, he's just a guy doing his job. Now imagine if the Minotaurs were real and we needed to deal with him in real life. It would be pretty tough to negotiate with a man with a bull's head for a face. It's clear that we'd have to set up some sort of monster control agency to handle all the crazy creatures. The belief system in each country would be completely turned upside down. All the major religions we have today would become obsolete because they worship gods that don't exist. On the flip side, however, paganism, which worships the Greek pantheon of gods, would suddenly explode in popularity. Having a state-sanctioned religion would bring its own set of problems, and we could expect to see a lot more religious conflicts, often causing wars, genocides, and mass migrations. Tensions would run high between different sects of paganism, especially between those who worship the Greek gods and those who worship other gods like Odin or Shiva. If the gods and monsters of mythology were real, the world would change drastically, and life would be a whole lot crazier than it already is. Whether you believe in them or not, the idea of powerful beings with incredible abilities existing in our world is both fascinating and terrifying. So let's just enjoy the stories and appreciate them for what they are: creative expressions of humanity's imagination. Thank you.
Please subscribe!